When I was a teenager, I would act stupid, irrational, violent, and cause way more problems for myself than I have. This is the first time anything like this has ever happened in my life, and I feel horrible about it right now. Well, if they didn't do the presidential race correctly, it would be Biden.
All right.
Maybe Trump. Either way, I don't care. Like, I can tell you straight up, look, I'm sitting right here right now. I'm not going to do nothing. I literally have zero ambition or intuition to do anything at all. I literally just want to sit on my flight and go home.
In his own words, you just heard this guy admit that he had no intentions at this airport other than going home on his flight. But his actions before this, well, paints a different picture.
They took $2,000 of my money to put me on that flight, and now I'm not on that flight.
Okay, cool.
How the do I get to Longview?
I don't know. I don't know how you get to Longview, but hey,
if I spent $2,000 for a flight, round trip, from Longview to Medford back to Longview, why the am I not on a flight back to Longview?
How much did you have to drink? What's going on?
About 3 margaritas.
About 3 margaritas.
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Why do you have a problem with that, and you have a liquor bar in this airport? You!
Bring it down.
Listen! I'm on a flight that I paid $2,000 to be on.
Security was called to the gate over complaints of this man getting aggressive with a gate agent. And just from what we've seen so far, this guy clearly has more going on in his life than not being able to get on his $2,000 flight. But things continue to devolve, if you will, from there, as we've seen too many times before, especially since the end of pandemic travel restrictions.
Bring it down.
Listen!
You're going to jail.
Why?
Because you're intoxicated, man.
There's no reason to arrest me.
Turn around now.
Why?
Turn around. All right, come on. Let's go. Turn around. On the ground.
You piece of
Hey.
On the ground.
you piece of you piece of I'll kick you.
Hey, back up.
Now, while the drunk man's behavior is, of course, completely inexcusable, the officer also didn't have to immediately tell him he was going to jail and grab him when he was already agitated, especially if he's drunk, as they believe he is. De-escalation tactics, like actually trying to solve a problem, that could have gone a long way, avoiding this fight and subsequent tasering by the other officer.
You doing all right, man?
I really wish I was on my flight right now.
Hey, there's something in
And
this
I paid $2,000 to be on right now. Do you have any idea how much money I have, you
No one cares, dude. Shut your mouth.
Hey, guess what? I do, and this whole world will afterwards in this event. So sheep. You. I understand. Just let me finish my point. That wasn't my point. My point is, I spent $2,000 for air travel. I got here. I've been messed around by TSA, ticketing multiple times in multiple different airports. I lost my freedom. Look, I am so sorry. I never assaulted anyone. I would never assault anyone.
Just the fact
I
that
used my mouth in the wrong way. I'll agree with that.
just the fact that you got chased, they're not gonna fun.
That's
I
fine.
can tell you that. Okay?
I just need to go home. I have 3 kids and a wife. I'm just trying to get home.
Now, something that should not be ignored here is how much the man's tone has changed since talking to the paramedic, which could be explained by many reasons, but the prevailing one throughout their entire interaction is treating the man, regardless of how belligerent and inexcusable his behavior was, with just a level of basic protocols and standards that work to facilitate a cooler conversation and prevent more violence.
I literally just want to get on this airplane and go home. I have no interest in causing a commotion or a ruckus or being involved in any. All I want to do is just.
All right, well, we're going to check some vitals on you, and then I'll let you talk with the officers, okay?
I just need to talk to my wife and tell her that I missed my flight. No, I'm good. I'm sorry. You're good. Look, I hope that every single.
Do you know if we have any ID on him?
I hope that every single person that's sitting here,
Whether he goes
with
right
a badge, understands. I literally did nothing but accept and ask what my issues were. Why is it that I couldn't take my carry-on and my backpack onto the airplane that I paid for? That's all I asked. Then they told me I couldn't take the flight no more. And now I'm here.
Listen, we think you're a decent dude too. Here's the deal.
No,
You had to
nobody
come-
here with a badge thinks I'm decent after I told everybody they're a mother they can
can see that you calmed down now.
Nobody thinks that that's acceptable or okay, and I don't either.
Well, it was a
As
bad couple
person,
minutes.
Yeah,
it was a bad couple minutes. But you know what? You calmed down.
I
Look,
really did. I'm not
you
going
had
out of here.
you had a couple margaritas and you got mad. That's it.
That's
all right?
it. That's
okay,
it.
but here we are. So we're all good.
To be clear, again, no sympathy for this guy using a homophobic slur. Stop the hate. And the airport staff didn't deserve what he dished out either. He's obviously in the wrong a few times over, but he's not the only one who gets some blame here. Trained police officers can and should do better.
I appreciate what TSA does for our country, like wholeheartedly, okay? I travel all the time, and y'all make sure that we're safe. I am a little drunk. I'm going to be real with you guys that I should have drank 2 margaritas.
You have 3.
The girl at the bar gave me 3, and the third one was very stout. Very, very stout.
So that's what took you over?
I mean, I drank it fine. I figured I'd handle 3 the same way that I handled 2, but when I got into an altercation, I acted a little irrational. I'll be 100% serious. That without 3 margaritas, I'd have told that dude, whatever you need, whatever. Oh, shut the up, I'll close my mouth, whatever you need. I had 3, I was a little feisty. I feel really bad about it right now.
Something we also have to point out is how this altercation would have gone all the way left if this was anyone other than a white man. You notice the officers, security guards are all too willing to accept this man's apologies and praise for their jobs despite what he just put them through.
I can assure you that the money that I will spend will be to buy a private jet, and I will never fly, ever in my life. Under these circumstances ever again in my life. I'm not worried about money, time, nothing. There's no market in this world better than cryptocurrency. There's nobody more equipped and ready to produce new cryptocurrencies for the market than me. I've made over $100,000 in consulting, made over $250,000 in developing. Just this year. I'm not worried about a little bit of jail time. What worries about me about this little bit of jail time is how much money y'all cost me.
And here's what else is interesting. This man's crypto bro persona mixed with alcohol led to a clear level of entitlement. Little over a year after that arrest, well, things have dramatically changed in the market, and there's a lot of angst as some of the top crypto firms are moonwalking back, anxious over increased regulation and fluctuation.